हरे हरे, हरे राम, राम राम, हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण, कृष्ण कृष्ण, हरे हरे, हरे राम, राम राम, हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण, कृष्ण कृष्ण, हरे हरे, हरे राम, राम राम, हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो
देवाय
भगवते
नमः।
वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
देवीं
देवीं
सरस्वतीं
सरस्वतीं
व्यासं
व्यासं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी
भवति नैष्ठिकी
वत्साङ्गं घनश्यामम्
श्रीवत्साङ्कं घनश्यामम्
पुरुषं वनमालिनम्
पुरुषं
पुरुषं
वनमालिनं
वनमालिनम्
चक्रा गदा पद्मै
शङ्खचक्रगदापद्मे
गदा पद्मे
अभिव्यक्ता चतुर्भुजम्
अभिव्यक्ताचतुर्भुजं
चतुर्भुजम्
श्रीवत्साङ्कं घनश्यामम्
श्रीवत्साङ्कं
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 घनश्यामं
घनश्यामम्
पुरुषं वनमालिनम्
पुरुषं
पुरुषं वनमालिनं
वनमालिनं
मालिनम्
शङ्खचक्रा गदा पद्मै
शङ्खचक्र
शङ्खचक्रगदापद्मे
पद्मे
अभिव्यक्ता चतुर्भुजम्
विव्यक्तां
अभिव्यक्ताचतुर्भुजं
चतुर्भुजम्
श्रीवत्साङ्कं घनश्यामम्
श्रीवत्साङ्कं
श्रीवत्साङ्कं
घनश्यामं
श्यामं
घनश्यामम्
पुरुषं वनमालिनम्
पुरुषं
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 वनमालिनं
वनमालिनं
वनमालिनम्
शङ्खचक्रा गदा पद्मै
शङ्खचक्र
शङ्खचक्रगदापद्मे
गदा
शङ्खचक्रगदापद्मे
पद्मे
अभिव्यक्ता चतुर्भुजम्
अभिव्यक्ता
अभिव्यक्ताचतुर्भुजं
चतुर्भुजम् श्रीवत्साङ्कं घनश्यामम्
पुरुषं
पुरुषं
वनमालिनं
वनमालिनम् शङ्खचक्र गदा पद्मे
अभिव्यक्ता
विव्यक्ता
अभिव्यक्ताचतुर्भुजं
चतुर्भुजम्
Yes, anybody wants to chant?
हरे
हरे
कृष्ण
कृष्ण
प्रभु
प्रभु जी, प्रणाम प्रभु जी।
वत्साङ्कं घनश्यामं पुरुषं वनमालिनं शङ्खचक्रगदापद्मैर् अभिव्यक्त चतुर्भुजं हरे कृष्ण थैंक यू
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, प्रणाम प्रभु जी। श्रीवत्साङ्कं घनश्यामं पुरुषं वनमालिनं शङ्खचक्र अभिव्यक्ता चतुर्भुजम्। थैंक यू सो मच।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी प्रणाम। श्रीवत्साङ्कं घनश्यामं पुरुषं वनमालिनं शङ्खचक्रगदपद्मैरभिव्यक्ता चतुर्भुजम्। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी श्रीवत्सांग घनश्यामं पुरुषं वनमालिनं शंखचक्र गदा पयनैः अभिव्यक्त चतुर्भुजं हरे कृष्ण
हरे कृष्ण
हरे
प्रभुजी।
कृष्ण
श्रीवत्साङ्गं घनश्यामं पुरुषं वनमालिनं शङ्खचक्रगदापद्मै अव्यभक्तः सदुर्भुजं. हरे कृष्णा प्रभुजी. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी. श्रीवशंखम गणाश्यामं पुरुषं वनमालिनं शंखचक्र गदा पद्मै अभिवक्तै चतुर्भुजं. हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभुजी. श्रीवत्साङ्गं घनश्यामं पुरुषं वनमालिनं शङ्खचक्रगदा पद्मैरभिव्यक्त चतुर्भुजं. हरे कृष्णा प्रभुजी.
हरे कृष्णा. श्रीवत्साङ्गं घनश्यामं पुरुषं वनमालिनं शङ्खचक्रगदा पद्मैः अभिव्यक्त चतुर्भुजं.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी. श्रीवत्साङ्गं घनश्यामं पुरुषं वनमालिनं शङ्खचक्रगदा पद्मैः अभिव्यक्त चतुर्भुजं. थैंक यू प्रभुजी. हरे
कृष्ण. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. श्रीवत्साङ्गं घनश्यामं पुरुषं वनमालिनं शङ्खचक्रगदा पद्मैर् अभिव्यक्त चतुर्भुजं. ओम दत्सदिति. हरि ओम दत्सत्. हरे कृष्ण.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी. श्रीवत्साङ्गं घनश्यामं पुरुषं वनमालिनं शङ्खचक्रगदा पद्मैः अभिव्यक्त चतुर्भुजं. हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
श्रीवत्साङ्गं घनश्यामं पुरुषं वनमालिनं शङ्खचक्रगदा पद्मैः अभिव्यक्त चतुर्भुजं. हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी. थैंक यू सो मच.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी. श्रीवत्साङ्गं घनश्यामं पुरुषं वनमालिनं शङ्खचक्रगदा पद्मम् अभिवत्या चतुर्भुजं. हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु. श्रीवत्साङ्गं घनश्यामं पुरुषं वनमालिनं शङ्खचक्र गदा पद्मै अभिव्यक्त चतुर्भुजं. हरे कृष्ण प्रभु.
Thank you. Hello. Now I will start. Shivatsa Ankam. The mark of Shivatsa on the chest of the Lord. Ghana Shyamam, deeply bluish. Purusham, the Supreme Person. Vanamalinam, with the garland of flowers. Shankha, conch shell. Chakra, wheel. Gada, club. Padmai, lotus flower. Abhivyakta, manifested. Chaturbhujam, four-handed. Lord is further described as having a mark of Shiva saw sitting place for the god of the fortune. In the bodily hue is deep bluish. The Lord is a person. He wears a garland of flowers. He is eternally manifest with four hands, which holds, beginning from the lower left hand, a conch shell, wheat, club, and lotus flower. Lord is further described as having a mark of Shivasa, or the sitting place for the god of the fortune, and his bodily hue is deep bluish. The Lord is a person. He wears a garland of flowers and is eternally manifest with four hands, which holds from the beginning lower left hand a conch shell, a wheel, a club, and lotus flower.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, start.
Purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Here in this verse, the word Purusham is very significant. The Lord is never female. He is always male, Purusha. Therefore, the personalist who imagines the Lord's form as that of a woman is mistaken. The Lord appears in female form if necessary, but his perpetual form is Purusha because he is original male. The feminine feature of the Lord is displayed by goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, Radharani, Sita, etc. All these goddesses of fortune are servitors of the Lord. They are not the supreme, as falsely imagined by the impersonalist. Lord Krishna in his Narayana feature is always four-handed. On the battlefield of Kurukshetra, when Arjuna wanted to see his universal form, he showed this feature of four-handed form Narayana. Some devotees are of the opinion that Krishna is an incarnation of Narayana, but the Bhagavata school says that Narayana is a manifestation of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gaudavani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashata Deshatarine Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Varshankam Ghana Shyamham Purusham Vanamalinam Shankachakra Gada Padmai Avivyakta Chaturbhujam. Lord is further described as having the mark of Shivasa, or the sitting place of the god of the fortune, and his bodily hue is deep bluish. The Lord is a person. He weaves a garland of flowers and is eternally manifest with 4 hands, which holds, beginning from the lower left hand, a conch shell, wheel, club, and lotus flower. Hare Krishna. Audio is clear?
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So let us meditate on something. So here what is presented in the Bhagavatam by Narad Muni is the form of Narayana which he knows. They have many people that the God can imagine. And they say, because we are human beings, we imagine God in human form. They say like that. Various terms for that. But actually it's not true. This is the eternally revealed form. This form was first seen by Narada when as a small child he did meditation. And at that time, after having the darshan, he lost the darshan. And the Lord told him, you have to become more serious. So, presently you are kuyogi, he gave certain words for that condition of Narada. Bhajan apakwa, your devotion is not right. So if we are not able to see the beautiful form of Narayana today or of Krishna, it is because we are not ready. It is not that there is something which is mistake from the Lord's side. Any situation also as it manifests, it is not that there is a mistake from the Lord's side. It is from our side. Not that we sit and sleep. We have to act in every situation. But even though you act in that situation, you do something, still something happens, you have to understand the Lord is never at fault. Never at fault. It's perfect. So if I am not able to perceive the beauty of the Lord, like in the spiritual world, when Krishna acts, even in Vrindavan when Krishna was personally there, every day the boys used to come back home and tell Mother, Mother, Krishna is so wonderful. Daily this was the discussion. And whole house used to say, yes, Krishna is so wonderful. They will recite the sweet talking of Krishna. They will talk about the beautiful form of Krishna. They will talk about, the different gestures of Krishna. That is what enchants Vrindavan. Vrindavan is not interested in Krishna's power. That is by the way. Maybe. When they hear about Krishna's power display, maybe that some devata, some demigod. That is also not settled. Maybe. They're not interested in Krishna being some powerful personality. They just love him. Therefore Prabhupada says, don't try to understand Krishna too much, try to love him. As much the Shastra reveals, that much enough. So similarly, as much information you need to go back to Godhead, that much Srila Prabhupada has given. Be satisfied with it, that's more than enough. And now prepare to love Krishna. He has given you enough to love Krishna. Like read, Prabhupada said, at least 6 times you should read my books. So how many of you are on that target? That means reading Bhagavad Gita, reading Bhagavatam, reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, 3 primary books and few supportive books, 6 times. Nice. Some people read all conversations of Prabhupada, some people even read all the letters of Prabhupada. Yeah, you can add. Then there are some books based on nectar or devotion, other books. So we should be, therefore, the element of appreciating Krishna is so wonderful, is the heart of a devotee. And Krishna is not wonderful, not only as it is described here in the beautiful form that he exhibited. Krishna is also wonderful in every situation in our life. Krishna is leading our life. Actually, the day we will become advanced devotee, in every situation, so-called painful and happy, wow, Krishna, wonderful, wonderful. In our life, in others' life. It doesn't mean you sit silent. It does not mean some devotee is somebody is harming a devotee and you sit silent. Krishna, wonderful. You should act. You should act. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when Haridas Thakur threw stone at, when Jagai Madai threw stone at Nityananda Prabhu and the head was injured, at that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to know that, didn't say, oh my Lord, wonderful. He acted and brought Sudarshana. That was wonderful. His attempt to protect a devotee, that was wonderful. No, this everything is wonderful doesn't mean you don't act. You should act and be part of the wonderful. Just like Draupadi was being stripped in public, being humiliated, being insulted, and being stripped. At that time, was the Pandava sitting? Wonderful, wonderful, my Lord. We have learned every situation is wonderful, my Lord. No, Bhima and Arjuna say, please, my dear Yudhishthira, my dear brother, allow us to save our wife. He says, what can we do? We are, servants now. We are the dasas now. It was the height of morality. And Krishna taught him in the battlefield that finally you tatted a lie. And morality is not supreme. Krishna is supreme. Okay. Anyway, that's a big analysis whether what they did was right or wrong. But the Dronacharya, Bhishma also sitting, wonderful, my Lord, wonderful. No, they should act. They got a death penalty for sitting silent. So we cannot say, my Lord, everything. So you should participate. Become part of the wonderful manifestation of the Lord's plan. Nimitra matre na bhavasava sacha. Just become an instrument, but you have to become an instrument of the wonderful manifestation of the Lord's pastime. You cannot sit idle. No, that is not the understanding of wonderful. Wonderful means you should act and be part of the wonderful pastimes of the Lord. So many times there is, this saying in the many shops, Gita Sar. And it's a wrong understanding because it is not there in Gita, this statement, what they write, Gita Sar. Jo hua acha hua, jo hoga acha hoga. That gives some kind of a pacifist idea. Just sleep, whatever happened was good. It could have been better. So just suppose you go to the college and teacher gives you out of 100, 20 marks. Wonderful. Jo hua acha hua. What the teacher will say? Agar padh lete to aur acha ho sakta tha. So it's not that it's everything is happening as per the destiny. We just sit, yes, what can be done? Karma may be of this person. Let us just sit. No. Try. Something at least you try. Try. You should act. Okay? And then you can say that It can be wonderful. Now, if you don't chant your rounds and your mind is harassed by raga, bhaya, attachment, fear and anger, and you say, my Lord, wonderful, no? If you chanted your round attentively 16 rounds every day, and whole day you kept yourself engaged in service to Krishna and kept away from any sinful activities. So if that is the situation, then wonderful. Otherwise, it could have been better. It could have been better. You understand? So if you raga bhaya krodha are manifesting within the heart, Vita raga bhaya krodha manamaya mamupashita, take shelter of Krishna, then you will become free from this unnecessary harassment of the mind. Raga, bhaya, krodha, and act in devotional service. So at every situation, everybody is being tested. Say suppose somebody is fallen very sick and is suffering now. So many devotees I have seen don't even approach that person. Wonderful, my Lord. Wonderful. Usse kuch karam honge. He is suffering for his own purification. Wonderful. Now, he is suffering, he is getting purified, but you are not getting purified in that situation. This is, no Vaishnava will ever take service. But in such situation, Vaishnava agree to take service. You give him some hot water, you make medicine preparation for him, and you give him get him some special food cooked. There's a chance to serve him, and that way you learn how to serve. You want to become a servant of Krishna, how do you become directly servant of Krishna? You surrender to Krishna, how do you surrender to Krishna directly? We can't even see Krishna. Okay? We surrender to a Vaishnava, we serve a Vaishnava, and by that, we are getting purified and Krishna is getting pleased. So nice. There was Madhavendra Puri, when he was in the last stage of his life, as it happens for everybody, he was immobile. The body could not do anything. And there were two disciples, one was Ishwara Puri, one was Ramachandra Puri. Ishwara Puri took this opportunity. He didn't say, my Lord, my Guru is suffering, your act is wonderful. Not that. This is a wrong understanding. He was, even a stool and urine, he was washing from his body. That happens if everybody knows that. You have in a house elder people, sometimes come to that situation of health. Nowadays, they don't do that. They pay money and get a nurse to do. Yeah? But the fact is, this situation comes. And he was personally doing this seva to his Guru. Bathing him, cleaning him, reading Bhagavatam for him, reading about pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. And Madhavendra Puri was relishing that. And in the nectar, he was feeling Vipranamba Bhava. That is the highest ecstasy. In fact, Madhavendra Puri is considered a very, very advanced devotee. You know that, and he did many, many wonderful pastimes. Right? Many, many wonderful pastimes. We read the Shir Chor Gopinath or the Gopal deity in Vrindavan. The glories of Madhavendra Puri. There is a whole chapter in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Very, very exalted Vaishnava. And Ishwar Puri, understanding that, was taking an opportunity for offering some service. And Madhavendra Puri was accepting. And he was in the highest ecstasy, which is called separation, Vipranamba Bhava, intense separation from Allah. And in that separation, mode of separation, he was saying, my Lord, you are so merciful. Ai Dina, there is a famous shloka, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in ecstasy chanting that shloka. He said, my Lord, you are so merciful, but I am not able to enter your Mathura Puri. I am not able. What should I do now, my Lord? What should I do now? In the mood of Radharani, he was saying, my Lord, I am in intense separation from you. What should I do? I am not able to see you. I am not able to feel your presence. What should I do? What should I do? Very intense prayer. So Ishwar Puri was enhancing that prayer, reading more from the Shastra. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he used to cry in separation from Krishna, Ramananda Raya, Saru Damodar used to read, because it's not that crying, spiritual crying is not pain, it's the highest ecstasy inside. So when Ishwar Puri was doing that, but Ramachandra Puri appeared on the stage, on the sea, and he said, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. My Lord, you should be very happy in this situation. Why? Because Bhagavad Gita says, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Na Shochati. Why are you crying? Why are you crying? Death is also wonderful. It's a wonderful act of Krishna. So why you're crying? Na shochati na kanshati. That is said in the Bhagavad Gita. Now, Madhavendra Puri could understand by his statement, now my disciple has turned as Mayavadi. You see, this philosophy is very, very delicate. Very delicate. You can easily take a conclusion. Correct? Somebody is dying. Wonderful, my Lord. Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah, that is wonderful, definitely. But you are supposed to do something. That is not, you're standing there without doing anything is not wonderful. You should do something, particularly for an exalted Vaishnava like Madhavendra Puri. You're not, therefore inactivity becomes sometimes very, very suffocating. You should do something. Relieve a Vaishnava from suffering. How can you just say, wonderful, wonderful? Somebody says, yeah, you're my very good friend. Yes, I'm very sick nowadays. Wonderful. Krishna is wonderful. I will say, Krishna is wonderful, but you are not wonderful. You are not helping me now. Please come. Can you get me some medicines? I can't go to shop to purchase some medicine. Oh, Krishna is wonderful. Let me enjoy seeing how you are suffering. Wonderfully suffering. You see, the philosophy can be twisted. That is what was Ramachandra Puri doing. And he was not able to understand the intense separation Madhavendra Puri is feeling. He's just looking at the stage of a Mayavadi, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. Doesn't know that the devotees have. And Madhavendra Puri said, drive this person away from this place. He is disturbing me. And rejected by the spiritual master, he lost his spiritual life. He became Kattar critic, in the sense that one Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he went to that assembly, when later, after this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there in Jagannath Puri, and he came there. And he looked at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's house, and he saw some ants. And he immediately said, look at this sannyasi. He must be eating a lot of sweets. Why there are so many ants there? What kind of sannyasa is this? So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard that very humbly, because as an etiquette, he is perfect, that is his guru's god brother. His guru is Ishwar Puri is god brother. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, reduce my meal to half. Now, whatever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was eating, it was reduced half. And all the Vaishnavas in Jagannath Puri, the team of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they also reduced the meal in half. And he was every day become a harassment. He'll go to some Vaishnava's house and he will meet him. And then, because of sannyasi, he will serve him prasadam. Then Ishwar Puri said, now I will serve you. Then make him sit and he will make him eat 10 times that he will eat. Take more, take more. Sometimes it happens, people develop that ecstasy of feeding sumptuously. And not sumptuously, voraciously. And he can't say anything. He is his guru's guru. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's guru's godbrother. I can't eat this. Eat. And then after feeding him, say, 20 chapatis and 1 bucket of sabji and 1 bucket of dal, rice, the person is like, then he will look at his face. What kind of Vaishnava are you? You are eating so much? My God, I never wanted to eat so much. You forced me to eat. And then you are coming. He became a total mad person. And it was a horror. Everybody was praying to Jagannatha, please, when can he leave Jagannath Puri? When can he leave? Please do something. He can go out of this place. We cannot see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eating so less. And he is harassing us like this. Just looking at ants in everybody's house. Yeah, some people become fault finders like that. And then finally, one day the news came, there is a puppet show, Ramachandra Puri. You can locate that puppet show. You can laugh for some time. Very nicely done. ISKCON Ramachandra Puri puppet show on YouTube. You will get it. And when he left, whole Jagannath Puri able to celebrate, he left, and they started eating. So similarly, in the sense of Krishna's beauty also, when you look at the deities also, in the beginning our idea is very impersonalistic. We are moving from atheism, all of us. When you're moving to personalism, in between comes impersonalism. Therefore, in Bhagavad Gita also, moving us from the karma kanda, punya papa, prastha-guna, rajoguna, tamoguna, when you're moving to spiritual domain, in between is mentioned in the 18th chapter, in the summary of the whole Gita, mentioned the Brahman platform, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. So that is accepted as a mid path, but that is not the goal. And therefore, Shankaracharya also brought in the mid path of impersonalism coming from the atheism. And therefore, he said, Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya. That's the mid path, understanding that this world is illusion, but the real thing is Brahman. But then the Vaishnava Acharyas clarified the world is not an illusion, world is a fact. It's only temporary. But he just wanted to cut off the material enjoyment from people, so therefore they focus on spiritual life. The Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, enough of that. In Bhagavad Gita also same thing happened. So that is being mentioned here. So taking home from this point is that the Lord's beauty is actually factual. The way he is described here in so many scriptures it is described. Now the Narada Muni is telling him how the Lord looks, and Dhruva Maharaj is very soon going to see the Lord, same thing, face to face. At that time also in the Bhagavatam there will be description of the revelation of the beautiful form of the Lord to Dhruva Maharaj, and that is recorded. As the Lord appeared to the four Kumaras in the Bhagavatam and Narayana, that is also recorded. You will never see any discrepancy or any contradiction. You see, the mark of Shivasa, the beautiful form, holding Shankha Chakra Gada Padma, these are all actually real. The only thing our heart should be, my Lord, when can I see? Even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is there in the two-handed form, and later when he shows Vishwarupa form and Arjuna requests, can I see your Chaturbhuja form? Krishna shows that also. Okay? So Chaturbhuja form is mentioned in Gita also. It's a factual form of the Lord. Difficult for us to conceive because we are two-handed, the four-handed form of the Lord. Many times then people say that four-handed form of the Lord, Narayana form, is supreme, and the other forms are actually not supreme. In the Bhagavatam also, Krishna Leela, we see that when Krishna appeared first in front of Devaki and Vasudeva, he came as four-handed form to convince them that he is not an ordinary child, he is Supreme Lord himself. So two-handed form of the Lord is also true. That is shown by Lord Krishna. Particularly, we know which are Lord Krishna, Lord Rama, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, particularly shown by many others. So these forms of the Lord are actually real, and they are full of happiness, bliss, and eternity. That's called Sat Chit Ananda. Sat means real. Lord's form is real, full of happiness, Ananda, and it's eternal. So our aspiration should be to see these beautiful forms of the Lord. So different moods. And why the Lord has different moods? Form different moods. Narayana is like the Lord in office, and Krishna is like Krishna form as the same person at home. In Narayana form, there is immediate respect. Narayana. Just like go to Tirupati Balaji, Narayana form, there is respect. But Krishna form, he allowed himself to be come inside the protection and even guidance of his parents. That is the speciality of the two-handed form of Krishna. Krishna himself goes under the protection of his devotees. They are protecting him physically. They feel like Mother Yashoda, the moment Krishna sees a fear, he'll come, Mama, he'll come run, and she'll protect him. And they will be instructing him, you should not do that, you should not do that. Krishna comes under the shelter of his devotees in every angle. And that is the beautiful two-handed form of Krishna. Therefore, that is considered the sweetest form of the Lord. The Narayana form is like the Lord in office. It's like little formal. Formality is there, distance is there. Krishna's form is sweetest because it doesn't all intimacy, and because the intimacy is more, the pleasure in the pastimes with Krishna is more. Therefore, we see in the Rasa Leela, when Krishna disappeared, the gopis were with Krishna. Krishna said, you go home. Krishna told them, go home. And they said, no, we're not going to go home. You're a number one cheat. Like that, they blasted him in the mood. Then Krishna began the Rasa Leela, and then Krishna disappeared. He felt that the gopis are getting proud, because even Lakshmi doesn't get this privilege, dancing with Krishna. So at that moment, Krishna disappeared. When Krishna disappeared, at that moment the gopis started intensely praying to the Lord. And then Krishna, that is called separation. Separation is more sweeter than meeting. And then Krishna appeared in the four-handed form. When he appeared in the four-handed form, the gopis just paid obeisance, Om Namo Narayana, Narayan Jai, and walked away, not interested. Why? Because that intimacy is not allowed. You have to keep little distance. So the devotees of Krishna, therefore, are attracted by no other form than the two-handed Shyamasundara form. Another point was the truth and beauty. Now, this is discussion, those who read Science of Self-Realization, very important discussion. There's a discussion of that the beauty is nothing but a bag of stool and urine. It's a fact. But then, everybody, why does he have the same idea? We say this person is handsome, everybody agrees. We say this person is ugly, everybody agrees around the world. It's quite similar. So why is it so? Because there is a definition of beauty. For normal people, truth and beauty are contradictory. You know, what is truth? The body is made of blood, stool and all. That's not beautiful. So truth and beauty are contradictory. But in the spiritual realm, we can understand actually there is something called spiritual beauty. And whenever we see anything in the world, we compare to that. So therefore, there is something called absolute beauty. There is something called absolute morality. So there are some absolute. There is many people feel that in various philosophies, even religious philosophies, there is nothing called perfectness. No. Krishna is perfect. Krishna's decisions are perfect. Krishna's beauty is perfect. Krishna's morality is perfect. And therefore we serve Krishna. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna,
anybody wants to add anything to what I was saying? Yes, Lalita Mataji, you want to add something to beauty?
Yes, Prabhuji, what you said is right. Like, we get connected to the Lord only when we see him in the two-handed form, especially in the baby form, like Laddu Gopal. So that is what I experience. Like whenever I see Laddu Gopal, you feel like I'm dressing him up more and offer him food and all that. So we get more intimate. Hare Krishna.
In a Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy, the Lord's form as a Radha Krishna is considered the highest. Because at that moment, everything is manifest in his feature. Okay? As per Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay, that is your particular mood, Vasalya Bhava. That is nice. Hare Krishna, Pushpa Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. See, regarding the beauty of the Lord, everything emancipate from him. So even the beauty, he is the original beauty. No is more beautiful than him. Once you see him, you don't feel like seeing any other, either human beings or birds or animals. All of them, whenever I see someone who is very beautiful or handsome, I always think they are always temporary, they will die one day. Or even birds, or even animals, they are all temporary, but he is his original. So beauty comes from him only, since he is the supreme. So I feel he's a perfect person to be worshipped and admired, not any other person, because all the other admirations, they're all temporary, Prabhuji. That's all. Hare
Very
Krishna.
good. In the Samudra Manthan, when the Lakshmi is born and she has a garland, so all the Danavas and Devatas nicely dressed up, just like nowadays with tie, not with tie, they don't use that dress. That is only on stupid earth. Devatas don't wear tie. And I don't think even Danavas wear tie. There are better things to do. So anyway, they're all dressed up, They're all desiring. Lakshmi Ji is the most beautiful personality. And to accept them, everybody is trying to impress her. And at that moment, she rejects everybody. And that is one of the reasons what you're telling. What is that? It's all temporary. Bag of stool and urine. Krishna's form is not made of stool and urine. It's spiritual, eternal.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Shinjini, you want to add something?
Krishna Prabhu, I have a small doubt. No, you told that In Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, we are, the ultimate is Radha Krishna. But in Radha Krishna himself, we are worshipping as Radha Madana Mohana, Radha Gopinatha, Radha Govinda, and Radha Madhava, and Radha Shyama Sundara. And I have seen in South Vrindavan, Radha Vrindavana Krishna also.
Yeah.
Actually, what is the difference? I don't know.
No. These are Krishna's different moods only. Okay? They are same. Okay? Madana
Different
Mohana. Yeah, different moods. Madana Mohana is in the mood, Radha Madana Mohana is worshipped for us to get detached from material enjoyment. There are different moods also. He is the deity of Sambandha Abhideya Prayojana. Okay? So Radha Madana Mohana. Then after that, Radha Govinda and Radha Gopinath. So Radha Madana Mohana is the deity of Sambandha Jnana. Abhideya Jnana is Radha Govinda. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita is spoken by the Lord, that is Govinda. And then Radha Gopinath is Prayojana, conclusion, Krishna dancing with the gopis. Okay? So there are some moods also within that also. Okay, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna,
Pranam,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Krishna,
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Sada Pranam.
Prabhuji.
Hare
Sarvat
Krishna,
Pranam.
Prabhuji. Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna,
Thank
Hare
you
Krishna.
so much, Prabhuji.